In life, there are defining moments.
You may kiss the bride.
You got a job, buddy!
Retirement is one of those standout, exhilarating times. Meet at no cost with our local independent team who are here to help coach you along this journey. Call Jay and Brittany Hagee and the team at Alon Planning Partners at 423-315-1441, 423-315-1441. Investment advisory services offered through Foundations Investment Advisor LLC and SEC registered.
Southeast Tennessee, plus your phone calls at 423-614-6499 on the Volunteer Rent-A-Pest Mix line. Watch Hardee's Friday Night Blitz on mixtv.tv. And now your hosts, Ryan Lovelace and Andy Jenkins.
Welcome back to the Hardee's Friday Night Blitz. Ryan Lovelace joined by Andy Jenkins. Give us a call, 423-614-6499. Andy, all of our local games are final. Walker beats Ray 42-12. Bradley beats Heritage 35-16. And Cleveland beats Red Bank 51-7. All three of our local teams have 5 wins. Bradley undefeated at 5-0. Walker 5-1 with a loss to Bradley. And then Cleveland 5-1 with a loss to Walker Valley. So, you know, at the halfway point, how are we feeling thus far?
I think if you're a resident of Cleveland and Bradley County, you're pretty happy. Nothing is better than coming home on a Friday night with a win, whether you're a player, a coach, or just a fan. So, congratulations to all three teams this week.
Yeah. So, I mean, if you were listening on Mix 104.1, you heard Cleveland. They just destroyed Red Bank 51-7. Meanwhile, Bradley, they faced Heritage from Georgia, which is a much better Heritage than the one from Tennessee. And Bradley came out with a win. I mean, Bradley hasn't really played anybody close this year, it feels like.
No, Heritage kind of hung around a little while tonight. The offense for Bradley was a little stagnant in the first half, it felt like, but came back in the second half. Jackson Wilson had some really good runs late in the second half that kind of put the icing on the cake, sealed the deal for Bradley tonight.
Yeah, and then Walker Valley, they beat up on Ray County. And Cleveland beat up on Ray County last week, if I'm correct. Yeah, I missed a week trying to catch up a little bit.
They did. So it's been a rough couple of weeks for Ray County.
Yeah. Ray County was ranked last week, were they not?
They were. And, typically, running that triple option that is kind of tough to defend. But both teams, Cleveland and Walker Valley, have done a really good job with that these last 2 weeks.
Yeah, I mean, and these are three solid teams that between Ray County, Heritage, and Red Bank, I mean, going back to Cleveland, Red Bank has had a pretty successful season, and they've historically been a very solid team. So it's not just like three cupcake wins for our three teams, just three big wins over solid competition.
Yeah, year in and year out, Red Bank has got a highly competitive football team. They're just a couple years removed from state title. Mm-hmm. Just a lot of history there between those two teams. So, Cleveland was – they were all over Red Bank tonight. They really didn't have an answer. Red Bank didn't I felt like, when Cleveland got to the outside.
Yeah, and another note, all three of our teams are undefeated in region play, setting up a little Cleveland-Bradley action, maybe a few weeks ahead.
Well, when is that? How many weeks? That's October.
That's a great question. Is it the 21st?
It's late October, so
I want to say the 21st. I'm not certain though. I need to check our schedule. But all three teams undefeated in region play. October 20th. Gideon Ratcliffe yells from the back.
There we go.
I said 21st. I mean, I got closest. I did go over, though, so depends on our rules. Anyways, give us a call, 423-614-6499. Some other scores in our area. This was a big bye week for a lot of schools, so we don't have as many games as usual. But Silverdale's up on Notre Dame 40-20. Baylor's up on Brentwood 24-21. That's an interesting score for me because McCallie, I believe they went up to Brentwood last week. They got a big win. Brentwood has a 5-star quarterback as well. Meigs County's up on Chat Central 21-6. That's about all Brentwood has. McCallie's up on Montgomery Bell Academy 35-0, and McMinn County's up on Ottawa 43-0.
Poor old Ottawa.
Yeah. So what happened last week with the lights going out?
I don't know if it was a matter of the lights did go out, but I don't know if they really tried super hard to get those back on. I mean, they were getting thumped pretty bad at the half.
Anyways, we have a caller. Caller, you're on with the Hardee's Friday Night Blitz. All right. I guess we don't have a caller. So if you just tried to call us back at 423-614-6499. But as we mentioned, not a lot of games in our area. I know McMinn Central's off. I believe Polk County is off as well. So off weeks for a few of our teams. And every game other than our three local ones have gone final. It looks like we have a caller. Keely? Let's see if we can get on. Caller, you're on with the Hardee's Friday Night Blitz.
Hello, caller.
All right, we're working through it. We'll see if we can get this caller on the air.
Must be a Maryville caller.
Caller, are you there? All right, we're having some technical difficulties. Bear with us while we try and figure this out. Anyways, back to our scores while we get that figured out. Just run through them one more time. Walker Valley, that game's final. They beat Ray County by 30 points. Was that game at Ray or at Walker?
It was at Walker.
At Walker, okay. Bradley beat Heritage. Bradley was at Heritage?
At Bradley.
At Bradley. All three were at home?
Yep.
Man, I'm slacking.
Yep. That's why you got into that restaurant tonight. Everybody's at the ball game.
All right, we'll see if we can get this on. Caller, you're on with the Hardee's Friday Night Blitz.
Well, it's good to be on a Hardee's Friday Night Blitz. Jim Logan talking to you. What
Hey,
a
Mr.
wonderful
Logan.
football game. Yeah, nice to speak to you guys. What a wonderful game it was tonight at Bradley Central High School. Tell you, Heritage has got a great team and obviously a good coach. The Bears just had to settle down and get that offense rolling as they typically do. I really think that we've got at least 4 players. I know that we've got 3 who will be playing Division 1A ball down at Bradley. But isn't it great to have 3 great football teams in one county? And I tell you, I believe all the Bradley fans are pulling for Walker Valley and pulling for Cleveland High School. We've got 3 great coaching teams, and as you know, a head coach can't do it all. It takes a team of the coaches, and I'm so proud of each of our schools and the programs which they have. Wow.
Yeah, I mean,
It's so nice to have those folks.
yeah, just a lot of success from all 3 of our teams, and it's great to have all 3 at home and all 3 picking up a win tonight.
And I think you're right. Bradley does have 4 that I know of that have Division I offers. So I don't remember. I don't know if that's ever happened, to be honest with you. But that's just amazing.
It is astonishing, and this past weekend we had several of the Bradley Bears teams of old, representatives of the we had our 60th reunion for the class of 63, 64. We decided to move it up this year to 1963 because when you get as old as we're getting, you're losing classmates
Right.
on a pretty regular basis. But it was so good to visit with Bob Johnson when we start talking about Bradley players of the past and their accolades. As you know, Bob Johnson was All-American, the number 1 draft pick. We've had some great athletes. But the wonderful thing is that many of those athletes were straight-A students and are today. We've got great grades, great institutions of learning in our 3 high schools. And that makes a difference when you go up to the college level. And I was so proud of Bob. He was the anchor and the first pick when the Cincinnati Bengals
Right.
began to play in the NFL. So that's great. We've had many other players over the years, as you know, go into that. But the stories we read about that only a few, if any, will make it the professional athletic associations. We've got many which have made it there over the years. But, folks, we've got to emphasize that education, and we need to contribute to our schools because they're the foundation for the betterment of our community. And I encourage people to help us meet the needs that we have for bettering our education systems. I'm not complaining about any of them, but we can do better. We can do better. And, gosh, we're now the landmark of the place, the standard is set by the Pie Center that we have at Bradley County.
Right. There's no better investment than into the education of a child.
No question about it. Thank you guys for what you do, and we appreciate it and your support of all and WCLE support of all of our school activities and our athletic programs.
Yes, sir.
Thanks for calling, Mr.
Yeah, we
Logan.
appreciate it, Mr. Logan.
You got it. Bye-bye.
Bye.
Yeah, so, I mean, you heard him mention it there, just success from all 3 of our local schools tonight. Also, if you were trying to reach us during the break, give us a call, 423-614-6499. Another final score to report, Silverdale over Notre Dame. That one goes final. Silverdale gets a win 40-20. But the big story tonight is all three of our local teams getting big wins at home. Walker Valley over Ray County 42-12. Bradley over Heritage 35-16. And Cleveland over Red Bank 51-7. All three of those teams have 5 wins on the year. Walker and Cleveland have 1 loss. Bradley is undefeated. All three of those teams are undefeated in region play. I mean, how good are our teams, Andy?
Might add, Bradley Central is number 1 in the state.
I mean, if you think that's notable, I mean, we can maybe add that. Fine, Bradley's ranked number 1 in the state.
Thank you for that.
There you go.
Appreciate that.
There you go.
Coming from a Cleveland guy.
Meanwhile, some other scores to report. Baylor's up on Brentwood 24-21. Meigs is up on Chat Central 21-6. McCauley is up on Montgomery Bell Academy 35-0. And McMinn is up on Ottawa 43-0. All of those games are in the fourth quarter. Any of those stick out to you?
I kind of thought that the McCauley and Montgomery Bell Academy might be a little closer than that, but it's another blowout. A lot of blowouts tonight, really.
Yeah.
I mean, you got McMinn Ottawa 43-0.
I mean, all of our games were blowouts.
Yeah. So, even the Silverdale Notre Dame, I'm shocked that Notre Dame got 20, to be honest with you.
Wow, shade at Notre Dame. Well, anyways, it's just, you mentioned it, a lot of games, a lot of blowouts, but all three of our teams got wins, and, it's something to be excited about. Give us a call, 423-614-6499 on the other side of this break. You are listening to the Hardee's Friday Night Blitz. We'll be right back in a few seconds.
Mixed Mornings on Mix TV is Southeast Tennessee's best way to stay informed about local news, sports, weather, and community events, as well as traffic conditions. Plus, you'll never miss a minute of the latest whimsical banter and rants by the one and only Steve Hartline. Who wrote this promo? Never miss a minute. Mixed Mornings on MixTV.tv. Weekdays 7 to 9. MixTV.tv. I'm going to find out who wrote this.
Caldwell Paving, paving the way in Tennessee since 1958. Caldwell Paving specializes in asphalt paving and seal coating. They serve residential clients, industrial and commercial companies, and subdivision projects. Conveniently located in Charleston, Caldwell Paving serves all of Southeast Tennessee. Caldwell Paving, old surfaces made new. CaldwellPaving.com.
You need money overnight? Check into cash. Your time is tight. .com. Bank accounts too low? Check into cash. So where do you go? .com. Do it online in a record time. It's the easy way to get money next day. Do a quick click from home at checkintocash.com. You can be sure it's secure from our bank straight to yours. Do a quick click from home at checkintocash.com. Boom, boom, ba-dum, boom.
I am Cleveland Ford. I am Cleveland.
I am Cleveland Ford.
I am Cleveland.
I am Cleveland Ford.
I am Cleveland.
I am Cleveland Ford.
I am Cleveland.
I am Cleveland Ford.
I am Cleveland.
I am Cleveland Ford.
I am Cleveland.
I am Cleveland Ford.
I am Doug Beerthar, General Manager of Cleveland Ford. And together,
we are Cleveland Ford.
For more than 50 years, Cleveland Plywood Company has been serving our community. They're dedicating to providing quality products with professional service to all of Cleveland and our surrounding area. They offer easy pickup or delivery on everything in stock. Cleveland Plywood carries every element of the building process, including windows, doors, truss, flooring materials, shingles, and of course, building lumber. Stop by and visit them. Cleveland Plywood, 2700 20th Street, Northeast in Cleveland, or call 472-3357.
Welcome back to the Hardee's Friday Night Blitz. Ryan Lovelace joined by Andy Jenkins. Give us a call, 423-614-6499, especially if you're in Bradley County, because we know you were happy with the results of your game tonight. Walker Valley beats Ray County 42-12. Bradley beats Heritage 35-16. Cleveland beats Red Bank 51-7. Silverdale beats Notre Dame 40-20. Meigs County beats Chat Central 34-6. And McCallie beats Montgomery Bell 35-0. In progress still, Baylor's up on Brentwood 24-21. McMinn is up on Ottawa 50-7.
So Bradley was on their bye week last week. So who are our opponents for next week for our 3 local teams?
All right, if you give me about 10 seconds, I'll look right fast. So Cleveland, they are off next week.
So that's their bye week.
Then they go at Bearden.
Yep.
Then they host Maryville, host Bradley, host Hardin Valley. You want to talk about a 3-game stretch to end the year. I mean, Cleveland, whew.
I feel like they should beat Hardin Valley.
Yeah. I mean, the big stretch, though, is at Bearden, Maryville, and then Bradley Central.
Yeah.
I mean, that's brutal. I mean, and just imagine the hype if they get past Maryville.
Well, Maryville this year, they got 2 losses, right?
I believe they have 2, unless they lost tonight.
2 losses.
They do have 2.
And their middle school had 2 losses this year. One of those to my Lake Forest Bruins.
There you go.
Overtime.
There you go.
But I think when teams start, they've kind of been on that mountaintop for so long.
Yep.
And when teams start coming away with some wins, you realize that they put their uniforms on the same way that you do, and you prepare and you can go out there and you can come away with a win.
Yeah. So give us a call, 423-614-6499. Talk to us about tonight. Talk to us about the rest of the year. Meanwhile, looking ahead for Bradley, they go at Farragut, which, that's tough, just objectively. I mean, it's always a tough game. They host Hardin Valley. They go at Red Bank, at Cleveland, host Bearden. I mean,
that's a stretch too.
I mean, it's not as bad as the stretch they've gone through already, honestly.
Well, no, but I mean, I feel like that's still. I mean, that's no cakewalk.
I mean, you got 3 road games:
right.
At Farragut, at Red Bank, and at Cleveland. If you count that,
the only home game is
Bearden and Hardin Valley. 2 winnable games.
Yeah.
Meanwhile, Walker Valley, they have a weird bye week, so they host Howard next week.
That's a win.
They go at East Hamilton.
That should be a win.
It's a regional game. And then they have their bye week on October 13th, and they host Pure Academy, a team out of Memphis. They have not won a game this year, so I guess we'll give them a win there. And then for a game that will most likely be the region championship, they go to McMinn County on October 26th.
Ooh.
So we're gearing up for some games last week of season, second last week of season to decide the region.
And looking beyond the region, looking to the playoffs, it looks like our 3 local teams are poised to maybe make some runs.
Yep.
Deep into the playoffs. Yeah. And that'll be really exciting. That's always exciting.
Playoff games.
Yeah.
When's the last time Cleveland hosted a playoff game?
I don't.
Trivia question. No prize, but give us a call if you know the answer. 423-614-6499. I will give you a nice shout out if you get it right. I also won't know if you get it right. I just have to believe you. But it's been a while, and
Google will know.
Google will know. But there is a big chance that all 3 of our local teams will host a home playoff game, and I don't know if that's ever happened where all 3 have hosted one at the same time.
I don't know, but that would just be a kind of the cherry on top, I think, for the 3 local programs to have such really good seasons, to be able to host playoff games. in the state. So.
And you want to talk about an exciting night here on the Hardee's Friday Night Blitz. I mean, 3 playoff games in once.
Might have to come in a little early for that one.
Yeah. But give us a call, 423-614-6499. We can happily look ahead at the schedules because all of our teams picked up wins tonight. Walker Valley over Ray County 42-12. Bradley over Heritage 35-16. Cleveland over Red Bank 51-7. Moving down in Chattanooga and beyond, Silverdale beats Notre Dame 40-20. Meigs beats Chat Central 34-6. McCallie beats Montgomery Bell 35-0. And those are all the games we have final. We have a few in progress, and we also have a caller. Caller, you're on with the Hardee's Friday Night Blitz.
How did Sequatchie County do?
Well, if you give me a second, I can check right fast for you. Let's see here. Sequatchie.
I know their middle school program was pretty banged up. They had to cancel with us last week.
Sequatchie County is up on Coalfield right now in the fourth quarter, 24-14.
24-14 Sequatch. Okay, thank you.
Yes, sir. Have a good night. Give us a call if you need a score update. It's not bad.
No. Where's Coalfield at?
I don't know. They don't pay me enough to know that.
Assuming that's a Tennessee team.
I'll go down this road right fast. Just
go down that rabbit hole.
Anyways, we have a few games in progress right now. We have Baylor and Brentwood. That game is still 24-21. We mentioned Brentwood. They got that 5-star quarterback. He's trying to lead some go-ahead drive or something like that. Nothing fun or anything. Meanwhile, McMinn is up big on Ooltewah, 50-7. Does Ooltewah have a win yet this year?
I know they didn't get a win last week.
Okay, Coalfield is from Coalfield, Tennessee. Okay.
There we go.
Go figure. Now, where is Coalfield, Tennessee? That's the question.
I am going to guess. Where?
Morgan County. It is by Oak Ridge.
There you go.
There we go.
I would have lost that bet, but
they are ranked in their division. They are undefeated this year.
What are they, like 2A?
Let's check. They are Region 2. 1A.
Hey!
There you go.
What's my prize?
You didn't get it right.
I said 2A.
They're 1A.
Oh, my bad. Close enough, right?
Yeah, he went over. Anyways, big wins for our team. Let's run through the scores again. But first, give us a call, 423-614-6499. Walker Valley, they get the big region win over Ray County, 42-12. Bradley gets the cross-state win. Is that how you call it? Cross-state? Border war? I don't know. They beat Heritage 35-16. Border war. Cleveland, they beat Red Bank. I don't know a name for this game. 51-7. Is Cleveland Red Bank's an old rivalry, is it not?
Yeah, it is. The Battle of the Blue.
Battle of the Blue. I don't know. Cleveland gets a win 51-7 regardless of the name. Silverdale gets a win over Notre Dame 40-20. Meigs gets a win over Chat Central 34-6. McCallie wins over MBA 35-0. McMinn is up on Ooltewah 50-7, and Baylor is up on Brentwood 24-21. Give us a call, 423-614-6499. But make sure to call us on the other side of this quick break. You were listening to the Hardee's Friday Night Blitz. We'll be right back in a few seconds.
You get a yearly checkup. Shouldn't your air? With your local Lennox dealer, regular care equals perfect air. With technology you can touch, comfortable air you can feel, and savings you can see. Not just perfect air, perfect for you air.
Call Dale's Heating and Air to upgrade your air today.
Lennox, air is life. Make it perfect.
I choose Direct Primary Care Associates because of the relationship that I've developed with my care team.
They take me directly back and start evaluating my needs.
I choose Direct Primary Care Associates because of its flexibility, and so should you.
DPCA. Practice made perfect.
I told my son to find me the nicest place to live in Cleveland. He said, Dad, there's only one place, and that's Garden Plaza. And I moved into the patio home. Everybody knows your name from day one, and there's something to do all day long if you want to participate in it. You cannot possibly be bored at Garden Plaza. It is just great, and their food is outstanding. It's out of this world. And I'm so happy I'm here. Garden Plaza is it for me.
Hands. You might think they're just for waving, but they can be used for all kinds of things, like making made-from-scratch biscuits at Hardee's.
Bite into the new 2 for $5 breakfast deal only at Hardee's.
Mix 1041 and Honda of Cleveland are giving away a Honda Civic LX to an active law enforcement officer in our area. If you know someone that you think deserves to win, you can nominate them at mymix1041.com/Honda or on the Mix 1041 app.
At some point in your life, you may be faced with a legal challenge, whether it be a personal injury, business dispute, or family matter. Our goal is to overcome your legal obstacles and get your life back on track.
If you or a loved one have been injured or have legal issues confronting you and your family, talk with someone on our team. We will investigate your problem to determine the facts and the law. Working together, we can develop a plan to obtain the result you deserve.
Welcome back to the Hardee's Friday Night Blitz. Ryan Lovelace joined by Andy Jenkins, and it looks like we have a caller, FS. Caller, you're on with the Hardee's Friday Night Blitz.
Hey, it's Coach Gregory, Lake Forest Middle School.
Hey, Coach. Thanks for calling in.
Doing all right, man?
Doing good.
Just want to
go ahead.
give everybody a heads up. We got that championship next week on Saturday.
That's right. Next Saturday, 2 o'clock, Bradley Central High School playing Sevier County.
Yes, sir. Taking the Lake Forest undefeated Bruins going to take on Sevier County, and championship on Saturday is September 30th.
So you got any bold predictions for next week, Coach?
Man, it's going to be it's hard to beat a good team twice. I definitely think we're going to win the game. This defense we've had, they are shutting out people left and right. Sevier County is one of the only teams that scored on us.
Right.
I'd love to see that goose egg stay up there, but they're probably going to score a couple times on us. But we're going to have our offense is dynamic as well, and we're putting up points on just about everybody. And so last week was our lowest score total at 14 on Maryville. But besides that, we've been putting 30 points on everybody.
Yeah.
And so I think we'll definitely go win.
What worries me is, we played them, second or third game of the season?
No, we actually played them game 5, I think. And we played them we went up there and played them, and it was probably one of the hottest games I've ever been a part of.
21-6 was the final, right?
22-6.
22-6.
We got beat on one. We got beat on one route a couple times, and we've got that fixed. So I don't foresee that being a problem.
And they were the other school, I think, that beat Maryville, right?
Correct. They beat Maryville 2 weeks before we did. Well, 2 weeks before we played them.
35-0, right?
And yeah, they beat Maryville 35-0. When they played Maryville, Maryville had some kids out sick.
I think they had 11 starters out, right?
Yeah, they got to play a team that was just not full par.
Right.
And so I'm glad. We played Maryville when they were at full strength, and man, that was a dogfight all the way to the end, and our guys played just fantastic.
Well, thank goodness for film, because if you just went off the score 35-0, you would think, oh my God, Maryville is terrible. But that's not the case.
They were not that. No, that team is very good. Their defense and offensive line both were just so disruptive to us, and they just wanted to try to pound the ball down our throat, and their offense tried to pound the ball down our throat, and defensively we just stood up, and we had some big stops in that game. We held them inside the 2-yard line 3 times in a row. And so to finish the regular time out, to finish the fourth quarter out.
Which is a tough feat to accomplish.
Oh, yeah, for sure.
You know, talking about Lake Forest, our volleyball team tonight finished runner-up in the TMSAA district tournament held at Cleveland Middle tonight. Cleveland came away with the district championship, but we had a 2-set match with them, lost by 2 points in each set. So it was a really, really close match, but we're looking forward to the state tournament coming up next week. Or, I'm sorry, 2 weeks. 2 weeks.
All right. Now next week we're gonna play a little more football, and then that'll be our last game.
Last hoorah!
So, there you go. But we're really excited to watch these boys play that championship on September 30th at 2:00 at Bear Stadium. So I'd love to see everybody come out.
Well, thanks for calling in, Coach.
Yep. You have a good evening, guys.
You too. Would just like to add to that, we're really thankful. Damon Floyd, head coach at Bradley Central, offered the field up to us and said you guys are welcome to use it if you'd like to come up here and play on the turf. And so we're just really thankful that our kids are going to get that opportunity to play on the turf. There's just something about playing on a high school field when you're a middle school kid.
I remember when I played middle school football, we played Ocoee at Cleveland High School. And it was one of the first few games on the turf at Cleveland High School, so it was pretty cool and pretty fun.
Different feel on turf.
Oh, it's a lot different. I mean,
a lot hotter.
I mean, you don't really notice in middle school. I mean, it's not. I was just out there playing. Maybe I don't remember it.
Chasing butterflies.
No. Don't disrespect me now, Andy. I was going crazy. Anyway, give us a call, 423-614-6499. Some more scores to report. Sweetwater and Tyner, they're in a tie game with 6 minutes to go. But other than that, all our scores have gone final. Also, Sequoia picked up a win last week.
They did. That's number 2.
That's number 2 on the year. They're 2-4. They fell this week to Loudon. We have another caller. Caller, you're on with the Hardee's Friday Night Blitz.
I'm sorry, I couldn't hear you.
You're on with the Hardee's Friday Night Blitz.
Yeah. How about that Jackson Wilson?
Hey, Jackson Wilson is a stud. He looked tonight like he did his sophomore year, I think, when he was All-State. Did a phenomenal job. Jackson's a great kid, and it's just really good to see him performing like he is right now.
I agree 100%. Thanks for the promo, and go Bears.
Yes, sir.
Thank you.
Thanks for calling.
Yeah, you talk about it. Bradley's got those weapons, man. I mean, Jackson Wilson, All-State as a sophomore.
Right, and that's what I heard somebody say on one of I think it was Damon in one of his interviews, maybe it was pregame, just talking about, the ability of the guys, the team, we over me. And, there was some concern that you have all these offensive weapons, but you only have one football.
Yeah.
How are the guys going to react? Because their individual stats are not going to be like they would if they were with another program. But those guys have really embraced the mantra of we over team or we over me, I should say. And it's just, they are fun to watch.
Yeah. I mean, a lot of weapons out there on the field. You got the transfers, you got new guys, but Jackson Wilson, he's been doing it for the Bears for a few years. And, it's a good – we've talked about it before. It's good that, you have that many options. And, I mean, hey, Jackson Wilson, a big game tonight. Bradley beats Heritage 35-16. Give us a call, 423-614-6499. We're going to run through these scores and probably take our last break. Walker, they beat Ray County 42-12. Bradley, they beat Heritage 35-16. Cleveland beats Red Bank 51-7. Silverdale beats Notre Dame 40-20. Baylor beats Brentwood. That game goes final 31-24. Meggs beats Chat Central 34-6. McCauley beats MBA 35-0. And McMinn beats Ottawa 57-7. You're listening to the Hardee's Friday Night Blitz. We're going to take a quick break, probably our last break, and we're going to come back and wrap up the show. We will be right back.
I'm looking forward to the evening. I'm looking forward to the night. When you want the best buys, the time is right. Time to sleep with the mermaid tonight. Mermaid Mattress Factory and Showroom.
This is Thomas Williams with Mountain View Nissan of Cleveland. Stop by today and take advantage of Bradley County's largest pre-owned inventory. Or visit cleveland-nissan.com, home of the lifetime warranty.
Peyton Southeastern is hiring. You have the potential to earn over $21 an hour with new progressive pay rates, a $2 night shift premium, plus you're eligible to earn a $5,000 stay bonus. Peyton's in Cleveland has open interviews every Monday, Wednesday, and Friday from 9 to 11 a.m. and then from 1 to 3 p.m. Apply online at jobs.kroger.com to work at Peyton Southeastern in Cleveland. Rick's Plumbing Service, a family-owned business specializing in new commercial and residential plumbing. They can do it all. Rick's Plumbing Service has been in Cleveland for 35 years. Call Jason or Josh at Rick's Plumbing Service, 423-595-6143. That's 595-6143.
Serenity Funeral Homes. Convenient, caring, affordable. Cleveland's most affordable funeral home. Completely remodeled. Offering cremations as low as $5.95. Funerals, $15.95. SerenityofCleveland.com. When trust matters most.
In Chattanooga, we have always led the way forward. From our beginnings propelling the locomotive, to becoming known as the Gig City, to working with the TVA's mission of providing reliable power while preserving our region's beauty. Here at Village Volkswagen, we continue that tradition by helping the TVA electrify their fleet with the all-new VW ID4. As World Car of the Year, it only makes sense it's made in our city. Reserve yours at villagevw.com and let's lead the way like we've always done.
Wholesale Supply Group, you've heard the name for years. The experts trust them, and you should too. Whether you're building, remodeling, or just maintaining your home, Wholesale Supply Group has all the plumbing, electrical, and HVAC products you need to supply any project. With great brands like Delta, Kohler, Rinnai, Mansfield, Progress Lighting, Square D, GE, and Milwaukee, Wholesale Supply has everything you need. Check out the locations in Cleveland, Chattanooga, Athens, Dayton, Madisonville, Dalton, and Chatsworth. Online, wholesalesupply.us. And remember, Wholesale Supply is open to the public.
Call 423-614-6499 as we run through these scores for probably the last time, barring a last-minute caller. Walker Valley, they get a big region win at home over Ray County, 42-12. Bradley, they get a big out-of-region win against Heritage, 35-16. Cleveland gets a huge win against Red Bank, 51-7. Walker and Cleveland are both 5-1. Bradley's 5-0. All three teams are undefeated in their respective regions. Silverdale, they beat Notre Dame 40-20. Baylor, they beat Brentwood 31-24. Meanwhile, McCallie, they beat Montgomery Bell 35-0. Those two, they look like they're on a collision course like usual. Meggs, they beat Chat Central 34-6, and McMinn gets a region win over Ottawa 57-7. McMinn will go to Ray County next week. That's a fun little rivalry game. But give us a last-minute call, 423-614-6499. Andy, any last words on any of the games?
Not about the games, but a little fun fact about Ottawa. You know, I don't know, you weren't born yet, Ron, but
I'm not going back that far.
In the 80s, there was this guy that was president by the name of Ronald Reagan.
Okay, I've heard of that guy.
And Ronald Reagan, I don't remember what the context was, but he was talking about Ottawa, Tennessee. He called it Ottawa.
Ottawa. How do you say? Is it Ottawa? Is it Ottawa? I've heard that.
Not if you're from here. It's called Ottawa.
That's what I think. Anyways, looking ahead, next week, Cleveland will be playing against Howard. I'm sorry, Walker Valley will be hosting Howard. Cleveland is off next week. And then Bradley, they are traveling to Bearden? No, traveling to Farragut. 0 for 3 there. So Walker hosts Howard. Bradley's off next week. No, I'm still struggling. All right, we're starting over. Walker is hosting Howard. Cleveland is off next week. And Bradley is going to Farragut. Those are your 3 games for next week. 2 games. Cleveland's off, but you get the point. That's what all 3 of our local teams will be doing. McMinn County and Ray County are also facing off at Ray County. So lots of high school football. I mean, we're in the dog days of mid-season, and we're seeing which teams are good and which teams are bad, and we got 3 good ones here in Bradley County. So be sure to listen, pop out, show up to a game regardless of where you're at. Just enjoy it. The weather's getting colder, but make sure to tune in to the Hardee's Friday Night Blitz afterwards.
It'll warm your soul.
Warm your soul, hopefully. But from all of us here at the station, I'm Ryan Lovelace. For everybody here, my co-host Andy Jenkins, Gideon in the back doing Mixed TV, Keely on the board. It was a great Friday night. Hopefully we will see you next week. Thank you for listening and have a great weekend, everybody.